Hey, what's happening, Facebook? It's Kimberly. Oh my goodness, I have been on a whirlwind trip. So I'm sorry that I did not get to you at 9 a.m. in that hour. I am even an hour past when I said I was going to try to be with you at 10. It's almost evening here. I'm in Switzerland hanging out with my wonderful husband, and I wanted to come to you today to talk about what? Something called hand sanitizer. And the reason why I wanted to talk to you about hand sanitizer is because on my trip, I am always dealing with going into public restrooms that are nasty and there's no soap. But I also know the dangers of using regular hand sanitizer, and I don't want you guys to fall into the trap of using this harmful stuff. So I want to give you a little bit of information as to what it does, the ones that you usually find with the alcohol in the stores, and I want to also talk to you about how you can make it yourself, or you can purchase what I purchase because I'm a little lazy sometimes, and not end up hurting yourself. So first I want to talk to you about what it can do. Unfortunately, it has a lot of toxic chemicals in it, and so I don't have to tell you, a lot of the companies don't have to tell you what make up the scents in the hand sanitizer, and these chemicals can be extremely detrimental to the body, and they can disrupt your endocrine system or your hormonal system. They mimic hormones, and that could alter your sometimes children's genital development, things like that. So we don't want to get into that. So it can lead to estrogen and testosterone increases in the body with the endocrine disruptors, and as we all know, estrogen can be one of those things that leads to cancer, especially breast cancer. So just understand that there are like over 10,000 ingredients used, and only 11% have been deemed safe by the FDA. So just kind of understand that it has a lot of toxic chemicals in the hand sanitizer. The other thing is that it can weaken your immune system, and that's because there's a study in the University of Michigan Public Health, and it found that there are negative effects with one of the main ingredients in there, and I'll spell it for you. It's so it's triclosan. It has negative effects on the human immune system. So triclosan. And then that's one of those things that you don't want to have over and over again, and it's found in the hand sanitizers that we have. The other thing is it can be a hormone disruptor. We just talked about that with the toxic chemicals, but it can have that hormone disruption, and an animal study has shown that the compound could use to change the way hormones work in the body. So we don't want to do that. The other thing is that sometimes with children, and we use it a lot in the school system, I know they always are talking about, bring hand sanitizer to school, bring hand sanitizer to school. Well, it can actually, like a couple of licks of hand sanitizer can actually cause alcohol poisoning, especially in little kids. So understand that a few squirts of that is like a shot of liquor. So, that's not something that we want to make sure that our children are using. And I know that a lot of times we're not necessarily licking our hands, but we don't know about the little kids that we're giving it to. The other part about it is it can make you antibiotic resistant. And not that I'm a proponent of people taking antibiotics on a regular basis by any stretch of the imagination. However, when you do need them, you want them to work. And so what happens is sometimes this same ingredient that I was telling you about, the triclosan, makes us resistant to bacteria, and it kills the good bacteria on our hands and only populates with bad bacteria. And so we become to a place where now the antibiotics won't work because we're taking that out of our body, so we don't have the good bacteria. Those are things like drinking things like kombucha and all that kind of stuff. I'll talk about that at another time. But eating yogurt and having probiotics in the body, but it actually harms us by taking and stripping that. So what can you do? Well, you can make it yourself by using aloe vera gel and vitamin E and essential oils like tea tree or thieves or oregano, although oregano would have you smelling like an Italian dish walking around. So those are the things that are like antibacterial, and then you can also add some water to it and put it in its own little squirt bottle. That's one thing you can do. Or you could purchase something that I like to buy. These are not very expensive, and it's Thieves hand cleaner. I absolutely love it, the purifier, and it feels great on my hands. I know that I am doing my body some good, and when I'm traveling and I hit one of those nasty bathrooms, especially some of the ones off-road in Europe, because I've been kind of riding all through Switzerland. It can be kind of nasty in those bathrooms without soap, and so I always like being able to come back to my car and put some hand sanitizer on and feel as though I am at least doing my body some good without killing all of my good and bad bacteria. So I hope that today's Joyful Friday fun fact has been helpful, and that you guys will pass the information along to others so that they too can stay healthy. So remember 5 things. It can lower your antibodies or your resistance to antibiotics, and it can also cause alcohol poisoning. Number 3, it can be a hormone disruptor. 4, a weakened immune system, and 5, it has toxic chemicals in it, so we don't want to do that. So just remember that we want to make sure that we're staying healthy and clean, but healthy and clean at the same time. So remember, do all things with what? What do I always say? Joy. And until next Friday, I will see you. If you have any questions, always reach out. You know I'm here for you. Peace and blessings. And let me see, I'm going to see if I can show you a little bit of Switzerland where I am. So I'm kind of at a hotel, so it's hard to see, but I'm really close to Lake Geneva, and it's beautiful. So once again, peace and blessings, and I'll see you guys next Friday. All right, bye-bye.